One and all, welcome back to the adventures of High Chief Gengar Godslayer of Iceland. Our guy who is, as a reminder of course, by his backstory, destined to be a guild artisan much like his father before him, and also much like his father before him, he too was trained in a, I guess, classical Chinese education, for lack of a better word. He is Han culture, his education specifically came out pretty terrible, but overall he's a very well-rounded character. He's a shrewd man. He is strong of arm and strong of face, but not strong of mind. He is batshit crazy. Our character's campaign goal is, as I said, he's destined to be a guild artisan, so it makes perfect sense that we would join the Great Trade League, a guild of artisans, as you can see there from our second power level. But our long-term goal with this character is to apply some of that knowledge, some of those tales he has heard from his distant ancestral lands, his maternal ancestral lands over in China, and try and civilize, perhaps, these people a little bit, given that we are currently a bunch of sheds in a field. So our goal is to try and form it into a merchant republic of Iceland, where we can raid, we can turn profits and gold, and also we can be over here with big technology thanks to our Han culture group. Now, on the subject of that, we're currently on a journey. We're actually in China right now. Our guy is currently away on Kowtow, visiting China, which is currently under the control of the Jurchens, who recently conquered it. Someone brought up in the comment section, well, there was a couple of things worth mentioning. Someone reminded me that when I started this campaign, I kind of framed it as that stereotypical CK2 campaign. There is an achievement for it, as I bought it before in the base game, for going from, or being a Norse character and getting all the way down to India. In this case, we were a Norse character going all the way over to, I wanted to get all the way over to China. We've done it a couple of times before, but you can invade China when you have a border with them, so that was going to be the goal. We've kind of flipped that on its head. We've brought China to us. So, I guess campaign complete in some ways, but there we go. We're certainly not going to give up here. I think that would be a pretty anticlimactic end to things. But someone also pointed out that it would be kind of fun to try and grab China now, given that it's no longer Han, you know, it's Jurchen controlled. So to, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but to get that back under the control of our dynasty, we do descend from that Chinese emperor. Again, matrilineally, it's not such a big deal, but that would be kind of fun to try and take that back for our distant ancestors maternally. So let's get on with it. Let's see what China has in store for us today. Let's see if we can impress the emperor, despite the fact that we are a different culture to the ruling class of China now. Our company has finally reached the central lands of the Xia Empire. The Middle Kingdom is in its magnificence lay before us, with so much to experience. Should also say, once again, as a reminder, I'm recording this mid-COVID. I do have COVID. I took another test today because I was like, maybe I don't, because I've got very few symptoms. It still comes back saying I've got COVID, so I guess I'll trust it. There's only so many tests you can take. I think what is more worth mentioning is I haven't actually slept since last episode, so I'm very sleep deprived. Those two factors combined might mean that I forget how to read English language today, so bear with me on this one. Let us walk, lest I forget about the reason for the journey. We start travel on the Imperial roads towards the Celestial Palace to go and visit the Emperor himself to see if we can... Ah, hello. A large number of people from a religious minority have petitioned for you to settle in East Iceland. This would likely lead to increased tax revenue, but the local religious authorities would disapprove. So this is another prosperity event. So there's a couple of different types of prosperity event you can get. The one that we've seen 2 times now, through staggering luck, is the additional holding slots, which is arguably the rarer one. But if you're at Prosperity 3 booming for a significant period of time, you can also get these prosperity pop-ups where you will gain permanent modifiers to the realm. As in, it lasts forever. So in this case, in exchange for 38.1 gold and 200 piety, we gain permanently in our capital holding 25% bonus to city tax. If we're trying to become a merchant republic where holding cities is the aim of the game, that is unfathomably good. That's like the best thing we could have possibly asked for. And there it is. It just sits there forever. I say it's permanent. I believe it's permanent until it's conquered. Wait, what? Oh, right, of course. Gunnar, the bean counselor, this guy that educated us. Our Oh, well, essentially our stepfather, you know, he's the man that raised our kid all the way from the age of 6, I believe, given that our father died. You know, I think this guy deserved a little bit of something in the realm. We gave him our aunt. I genuinely thought for a second when I first read that he slept with our wife, getting things very confused there. Saga Gunnar's daughter. Look at that. Strong. Gunnar, you've done it. Wait, is our... Oh, she's Burley. That was just purely random. Wow. Holy crap. And she's born to our dynasty too, because we did marry him matrilineally to our aunt. Bear in mind, he is... Oh, no, he's not lowborn. He's actually of the Hammer dynasty. That's way more significant. Okay. Well, there we go. Either way, she's part of our dynasty now. Sure, we'll just name you whatever, because it's not as if we're ever going to get to play as her. Okay. So now, the main goal of our trip to China is to impress the Emperor. And all of these decisions that we get, all of these events that pop up will be about exactly that. My guards and I have been making our way through the bustling market this morning. There is an ample supply of every meat and game, and trinkets and baubles abound. Here and there, we encounter soldiers along with dignitaries from other foreign courts. There's clearly no shortage of business for these traders. What is that? We eagerly partake in the local cuisine, 50% chance we gain gluttonous, but it might reflect well on us in the eyes of the Emperor. Or, we say you offer your patronage to local traders, allowing you to bring home a Chinese artifact. 200 gold, but that also might reflect well on us in the eyes of the Emperor. I think we'll probably go with this one, given that we've got the money for it. Or we say I've had enough for one day. No impact on... we're missing out on obviously, a vital opportunity there to try and impress the Emperor. So I'm absolutely going to take this Chinese artifact. What did we get was probably the bigger question. See, normally it pops up as a message up here. So I need to re-enable that. I must have disabled it at some point before, but it's disabled it for our character too. Have we got... Wait, Jar Treatise on Law. What did we... Was there another one? I ignored one earlier because I thought that... Oh, there it is. Wait, History of Jar? Gia? I don't know how you say it. Is that a... Oh, is that maybe what we got? Who knows? Doesn't really matter too much either way. It wasn't obviously anything super relevant. Greetings, Master Zhengar. I have met a few artisans looking for a sponsor for their next projects. They have all the materials they need and they simply request some funds to get started. I thought that you could be interested. They're willing to give you some of their works in exchange. Your productive apprentice, Asta. Glasswares always sell well. So this is this doesn't seem to be a gamble or anything. We just give them the gold, we get the item. Okay. So we can go for glassware, musical instruments, or velvet cloths. Again, we can use them on our province directly, but I think we'll probably just try and sell them off. Good initiative, but I'm busy right now. 75% chance of her getting diligent. We should take on our heir, our successor, as an apprentice, given some of these good outcomes. I guess we'll... I mean, look, so we could sit on the velvet cloths and then, sure, sell them later on for a profit. Or we could use them on our capital. That's 25% local tax modifier. That's massive. I guess I'll take that one then. Give me the velvet. And she did gain diligent. Diligent and patient. She's doing well. Oh. Holy crap. And another holding slot. This is insanity. This is genuinely insane. So, first things first. Let's deal with this one. 95 gold for, again, yet another holding slot. That's staggering. I think some of the best provinces in Scandinavia, so for example, what is, of course, modern day Oslo there, has the same amount of holding slots of what we've got now. What about, like, Upland has, okay, so Upland has 6 holding slots in total when you include the capital there too. Whoa. What about, like, Central Denmark, same story with the 6 holding slots. So if we get one more holding slot, we're tied for the... essentially the best province in the Nordic lands. That would be quite impressive. What does Middlesex have at this point in England? See, that's only 6 holdings total. Holy crap. That's like genuinely insane. Kowtow to China. The high priest started the ceremony right as I was getting inside the Taoist temple. The disciples enter a meditation to bring themselves closer in harmony with the cosmos. We already have sympathy for Eastern religions. Should we join in on their ceremony? That might reflect well on us in the eyes of the Emperor. 30% chance of us gaining content, though. Ooh. I've always had big plans for this guy. His guardian had big plans for him, and he's got big plans for himself, of course. But content doesn't really lend well to that. Content characters are satisfied with their lot in life. Sure, let's join in on the ceremony. You know what? We're only here once. We didn't get content. I think that was a gamble that paid off. We know what we're here to do. Oh, shit. Your treasurer comes to see you one afternoon. He explains that he's devised a plan to bring in exotic goods by setting up a trade route with a foreign realm. This would, of course, require a sizable monetary investment, which, of course, we can provide. But the potential profits would be great. This is one of the main business focus events. I would argue the main business focus event. Absolutely. Organize an expedition, my friend Shalbo. So, the time has come to outfit a ship for our training expedition. God, this is like weird flashbacks to when we first started the channel, huh? The Harbour Master, spelled wrong, shows you a large ship with a sizable cargo hold that would be perfect for the job. But it does come at a hefty price. So we can buy the ship. And again, as I said yesterday, this is all based on your monthly income, right? So it's super, super cheap for us relative to how much money we've actually got. Raiding loot not taken into account there. Buy the merchant ship for the journey for 46 gold. Hire a crew of bandits to steal the ship. Risky. They could fail. They could be caught. Could get us in a little bit of trouble. I'm, of course, going to buy the merchant ship. For 46 gold, it's worth it. Word is spread that you're planning a trading expedition. A group of goadies have arrived in your court with a request. They're offering temple funds for the journey if you allow them to come along. Do we want to allow a bunch of religious zealots to come along with us to a foreign land on a trading expedition? Absolutely, I don't think we do. Absolutely, I don't think we do, being a very bad way to phrase that. I can't risk them getting in the way, I'm sorry. It's only -5 opinion. He's disappointed. But it's not as if we're saying fuck you and fuck your gods. Because bear in mind, another one of the many background events we've got going on with this guy, because it all kind of kicked off simultaneously with him, is we also had a wanderer come up to us, ask us if we know about the old ways, demand that we pluck out, well, he didn't demand that we plucked out our eye, but we did pluck out our eye just for a laugh. We're not going to have you in the way. It's time to set out on the trading expedition. Hopefully, it will yield good profits. Onwards to foreign lands. What is up here? Ah, here we are. It's time I asked May to spend some time with me. So May, as a reminder, is the spy master of our brother and rival, Renji, who, if he were to die, we would get a very important Icelandic province back, and we'd inherit a feather from one of Odin's ravens, which would be quite nice. Let's see if we can bring him over to our cause. Absolutely. I can finally talk with him in private. My longhouse was enriched by your visit. 15 points because of our high diplomacy skill. I was honored to host an ambassador from the Moon King because we are a lunatic. Although he's apparently up for that. He doesn't really care. Maybe he is an ambassador of the Moon King. We know a secret. I hope we can trust each other more now. Because we have the honest trait. Does he also have honest? He does. That's plus 20. Wow, that's massive. Right, now you see, May, that wasn't the response I was expecting. Crusade for Poland. This possessed pope has declared war on Poland, on specifically the barbaric heathen Grand Prince Tarjan Boldazar of Novgorod. What religion do you think he follows then? Bearing in mind, a majority of Scandinavia and Eastern Europe has flipped over to Hinduism. Bulgaria being one of the big driving forces there, taking up massive parts of the Byzantine Empire. They are Tengri. Wow. Okay, so that one's actually like, whoa. The Sword of Attila. Holy shit. I've never seen that before. A sword now named after the infamous Hun Attila. He had it reforged for himself, but before that it was known as the Sword of Ares. Whoa. That's awesome. Velnius's bow. Well, this guy's got some really cool stuff. Sampo fragments. The Kalevan Mieka. Sword of the god Kalevi. A great Finnish ruler. Whoa. Oh, sorry. Sword of Kalevi, a great Finnish ruler. Wow, this guy's got some insane stuff. That would be kind of fun to grab, though. You just need to be an adult to wield the Sword of Attila. We should try and steal that. Gives +3 stewardship. Okay. Are we within range to try and grab that? Maybe. Well, let's see what happens anyway. Well, we're obviously in China right now, so now's not the best time to check. Okay, sure. So they've declared a great holy war, a great crusade for Poland to get it from the Tengri people. Why are there Tengri in Poland? What the hell's happened with that? Oh, because it's Novgorod. So Novgorod conquered Poland. Novgorod are Hungarian Tengri. Don't worry about it. Honestly, I mean, given what's going on in Europe right now, you've got a Holy Roman Empire, Khazaria, It was Bulgaria. It's now Khazaria. Have they been conquered by the... Right, okay, so they bowed to the Khazarians, and in turn they have conquered the Byzantine Empire, who were just about hanging on somehow. Wow, this is crazy. Whoa, did you see this trait there? Well, that's one of my traits. Messianic! I've never seen that out in the wild before. Holy shit. Wow, I've genuinely never seen that trait out in the wild before. So this is one of the 3 supremely rare traits I added to my own mod. Why is he 138? What the fuck is going on? These characters are actually nuts. They are actually nuts. Yeah, I've never seen that before. So I added 3 traits to my traits mod that have, like, genuinely, I believe this Messianic trait. It's 1 in 10,000 chance to spawn on a character. I've never seen it in any of the campaigns before. Plus 15 to all stats, plus 15 health. That's why he's 138. I was looking for Immortal or something. Got it. Hidden from the world at large. Evidently not. So I obviously fucked up something somewhere. Sounds about right. I must have more gold. Stressed. The life of a YouTuber, I'm afraid. That's alright. We can kill that in no time. Someone's born to Grima the World Slayer. Oh, the Word Slayer. Wait, our mother got... remarried? No, she didn't. She just decided to have this guy's kid. Carton the Bellower and Grima the Word Slayer. What a combo. Holy crap. Named Ulfa, our half-brother. Hello, little Ulfa. Okay, that's cool. Be careful of that kid. He's apparently born with, like... What is it called in the Elder Scrolls? The Voice? My god, the Thuum. That's it. He's obviously got the Thuum there, given that his mother's the Word Slayer and his father is the Bellower. The Way Shrine in Vestisland has gained fame for the blessings it supposedly grants those who pray at it. Oh. Well, that's like 15 years worth too. That's quite impressive. Local revolt stand. It's not that massive. Those stats are more or less irrelevant, to be honest with you. That's quite nice. Your expedition has finally reached the realm of King Matok. Oh, good. So our steward there is off on an expedition, I guess on our behalf, given that we're in China right now. King Matok is down in Brittany, I assume? Yes, he is. Okay, what should we buy him? We've got to offer him a gift to try and secure this trading alliance. I will give him a dozen tough warriors, because I think the man deserves it. 30 gold for you, my friend. Either that or we can go with, of course, a chest of quality cloth. I'm also going to bribe him, because this event does depend somewhat on his opinion of you, of course. So we'll do that, and then we'll also buy him the dozen tough warriors. A little bit of an exploit. Well, not really. It's certainly common sense that if you're trying to set up a trade route in someone's realm when you're visiting, you're trying to get a good opinion. Sending them a gift is a good way to do that, I think. At dinner, you notice King Matok of Penta's face growing red with annoyance as he glares at your steward, shoveling his food in with his bare hands. Shalbo, you idiot. Shalbo is only acting in accordance with his religion. Ah, we can try and throw some bullshittery towards this guy because we have a high learning skill. Oh, I'm sorry about Shalbo. It's his religion, you see. Do you think we'll get away with it? Hey, there you go. As you spend more time talking to King Matok of Pentua, you realize you have a lot more in common than mere business interests. I've gained a friend and a profitable agreement. Fantastic. That's pretty much the best outcome we can get there. With the trade route set up, you return with the first batch of goods and sell them off for a nice profit. The influx of new wares also benefit the economy for a long time to come. More money is always needed. We get 115 gold, so I think we more or less broke even on our investment there. 150 prestige, but our capital for the next 30 years gains city tax 30%, castle tax 20%, tribal tax 20%. It's obviously irrelevant given our current state of affairs, but that's okay. We gain trader, giving +2 to our stewardship permanently. And we also get business contents, giving city vassal opinion +10. Great work. Okay. Your treasurer has brought in riches into your realm through his competent handling of the trading expedition. I agree. Reward him appropriately. The man did a fantastic job. And there we go. Kowtow to China. The emperor has kept his eyes on you, the chief minister says. You enter the throne room to show your subordination, but be quick about it. Hastily perform the kowtow before the silent emperor. So there are 3 traits of kowtow. There is the first tier of trait is where you are not allowed to bow before the emperor. You get to bow before basically a picture or like a statue of the emperor in a separate room because you're not worthy, basically. At which point one of the options is storm out. which obviously I would have done if that was an option. We got the second tier, which is we get to bow before the Emperor, but he wasn't massively impressed. The third tier is if you have like a very certain combination of events. It is somewhat luck-based too. So say, for example, one of the events can be take a walk around the park and learn how to play Go. If you've got a Game Master trait, you can really impress the Emperor by winning it. At which point, if you get the tier 3, when the Emperor will reach out and touch your head. Wow, what a kind gift from the Emperor there. Worth traveling halfway across the world for, I think. That does give +2 monthly grace, but you do lose 0.1 monthly prestige because essentially you've shown your subservience to this ruler, even if it is just kind of symbolic there. Fantastic. Okay, sure. We lose 250 prestige because, again, we did bow before this other guy. That's fine. Hollow the Nun, our friend, is no longer our regent. Thank you, Hollow. Much appreciated. What a bizarre time. Sorry about that abrupt cut there. I forgot that I hadn't published RimWorld yet. Which, you know, is generally what I do on my main channel. So, the other thing that happened there, if we cast our eyes to the top right-hand corner, is that our harbour is now complete. And I will be the first to admit, it is fairly pointless in its current form. Local tax modifier 2.5%, that's 2.5% on top of the local tax modifier, which is, I assume, pathetic. You can try and figure that out. 2.5% of 42.04 gold. Next to nothing, essentially. The trade value affects the trade routes in this particular province, of which there is none. But we do get to build some upgrades for it as well. So whenever you upgrade the level of the of the Wonder, for a total of 4 upgrades in total, like main upgrades here, you get to unlock these upgrade slots, feature slots, that's the right term. And then those all give different bonuses to whoever is the top liege, which is a bit counterintuitive, because that means if we are a king, and one of our dukes happens to have a county with a wonder in it, they get no bonuses, we get the lion's share. Or we get all of it, I should say. So it's not like, it gives no incentives to, if you're playing as a vassal, to ever build any wonders. I personally didn't like that aspect of it. But it does mean that us being in control, if we lose a province, as we have a couple of times here, but we've built a wonder there, we still get the bonuses from it, which is quite nice, assuming I'm remembering that correctly. Harbour Office gives local tax 10%. That might not be too bad. Let's have a look through here. 50% galleys with the military wharf. It's +1 gold per month, but that's massive. We also get 15% siege speed. Fucking hell. 15% speed. How does that apply, I wonder? 15% siege speed. To maybe the units we raise from this? I have no idea how that works. I assume it's a holding bonus. So all of the troops we raise from East Iceland will gain that, but I'm not entirely sure. I need to go look up how that works. You can get weird cosmetic stuff too, kind of cosmetic stuff. So Master of the Tides allows you to give a title for, say, 10 opinion or whatever to someone in your court, which is quite nice to get. Then there are some generic upgrades. So everything starting with Great Roads are generic. You can build these in any wonder, more or less. So levy size, movement speed. We can build some spikes to execute prisoners with. There are some other fun ones, like the Tavern. Allows you to remove stressed. Could be quite relevant right now. Might give our characters a bit more of a life expectancy, given that we haven't done super well on that front. I think I've got to build a military wharf. A trading, raiding culture. Galleys are essential for both of those, not literally in the term of trading. Obviously, I'm speaking metaphorically with that. Unfortunately, don't do any trading. It all just happens in the background here. But at least for our raiding side of things, that's definitely true. So I'm absolutely going to take that. Wrestle control of the seas. Now, we can also begin upgrading to level 2, which will give us some flat bonuses as well there. So we gain those things. In fact, what does it upgrade by the same amount again? Well, that's bizarre. Oh. Whoa, really? What does that do at those higher levels then? I have no idea. At the highest one, it gives a -5% build cost to us personally, which is quite nice. But, oh, that actually is very good. -5% build cost across the entire realm whenever anybody in our dynasty assume we control this province for the rest of time. That could be quite nice. All right, you know what? We'll go for it. How much is that costing us per month again? That's got to be quite expensive, huh? 1.4. -5.74 to be doing both of these. That's all right. We improved relations with our brother there. Man, that sound effect was driving me a little bit insane. I thought I was losing my mind there for a moment. I am losing my mind because I'm heavily sleep deprived, so I apologize if today there's a lot of rambling, for lack of better words. So because we are Han culture, I should have mentioned this earlier. I said this in yesterday's comment section, but I did want to make a melting pot culture of, because it's just so common now. In CK2, to give a bit of backstory, certain culture combinations whereby if there's a ruler of one culture in a land of a different culture, this thing called a melting pot can appear. So as I talked about before, and it might have happened already here, the Norse ruler's over in Normandy, King Hrolfr. He is a Norse ruler, but he is ruling over French people. The culture in his capital in Rouen right now is... Oh, it has happened. Look, Norman, there you go. Oh, shit, that was bloody fast. So, that is a combination of both the Norse and French cultures that, again, kind of fall into this melting pot. English, for example, is a melting pot between Anglo-Saxon and Norman cultures. I believe it could come from Norse as well, and Celtic. There's like a few different things that can take place with that one. So, similarly, there are other branch cultures that can come out of it, kind of relevant to Scandinavia. Is eventually, beyond a certain year, you get Sweden, Swedish culture, Norwegian culture, Danish culture separating out there. I wanted to make a melting pot culture mod for Norse and Han, because I thought that would be just super appropriate for our campaign, given that they've had both have such massive influences on everything we've got going forward here. That would just make a lot of sense. There's high demand for spices, absolutely. Let's get to market right away. Try and do this as soon as possible so that we can show our trade decisions too. We've still got our warehouse. Oh, cool. We could decorate it with silk. That gives intrigue, right? There you go. Make silk banners. Oh, wait, is silk... No, silk is diplomacy. I think incense is, Incense to give it a mysterious oiling, silk to make banners representing various great houses. Sure, let's do it. What does that give us then? Warehouse decorated with silk is +1 diplomacy. Cool. All right, I'll take it. That's fine. So I want to go to market as soon as possible. And if we trade 100 times or whatever it is, we get the golden bloodline. Very unlikely. So they were after spices again, correct? So we are buying spices. Linen, incense, or lumber. I'm going to buy the lumber because that reduces build time, build cost, which would be useful. You can also use it to build galleys there, as it says, plus 30% for a little while. We'll take the lumber, though, for sure. We'll just have to keep trying with the marketplace. What's this guy doing? He's like half in the plot, half not. What are you doing there? That generally implies that he was invited, but he changed his mind before he entered the plot fully. And I'd love to kill this guy off before the end of today. That'd be a pretty massive gain for us. To take control of the whole of Iceland again would be fantastic. We've got our uncle there, Armbjorn, who has possession of this province. And then, of course, we've got our rival brother in possession of the other one. I took a good look at myself and thought about my weaknesses and strengths. And after many hours of soul-searching, I realised I have nothing to be ashamed of. 20% chance of gaining proud, or I have many strengths but more weaknesses. 45% chance of gaining humble. Humble gives piety. Proud gives prestige. I don't think we have anything to be ashamed of. I think this character's... I think he's good. And you know what? We hit that 20%. I'm choosing that as a sign from the gods. Thank you. Novgorod have converted. Oh, to Catholic. Wow, they surrendered then. Oh, shit. The tribes of Novgorod have converted to the Catholic faith. The group of priests sent by the King of Italy performed a great ritual. So rather than being the target of that crusade, they decided to surrender to the Pope, and that will now... There you go. It has ended. He has converted and become a good, faithful Christian. God will surely be pleased. Except for us, we're not pleased. We're shouting cursed infidels. So remind me, what did we need to do for... Oh. Hello. You found an interesting play not too long ago called The Lusty Handmade, and decided to take some time to read it today. Flip to a random page. Okay, sure. The Lusty Handmade. What the fuck is happening? Maid. I must finish my cleaning, sir. The mistress will have my head if I do not. Master. Cleaning, eh? I have something for you. Here. Polish my spear. But it's huge. It could take me all night. Plenty of time, my sweet. Plenty of time. End of Act 4, Scene 3. This book is vile. I must destroy it. Game 4 piety. Or, I like this. A lot. I love that the CK2 main theme comes banging in as soon as we read The Lusty Handmade. High Chief Godslayer Zengar the Frank gains excited and stimulated, giving fertility 10% for a year. That would be quite nice because we could do with a better kid. Adds the Lusty Handmaid to our treasury. What was the other book we got? We stole a book from the Pope, right? It was the Lusty Frankish mate. That was it. Oh, we've got 2 of those now. Oh, shit. Our sex appeal is going to be through the bloody roof at this rate. Where's the Lusty Frankish? Sorry, the Lusty Handmade. Where is that one? Maybe it didn't actually go into our treasury because we already have a kind of equivalent copy of it. That's quite funny. Wow, I didn't know there was an entire event chain around that. That's so weird. Your Marshal, Saymunda, has put forward a plan for experimentation with new military technology for 30 gold. That's a risk worth taking. What's I about to talk about? Right, of course, the quest line that we've got active for Odin. Forget about the training for a while and the Great Trade League. That's going to be there for a long time. We're still kind of young here. But we have that quest line for Odin, and it said to complete the next part of the quest, we need to personally pillage holdings. Now, our guy has 20 marshals, so that's certainly not a difficult thing to do at all. We've got Gungnir, we've got Galahorn. Oh my god, I told you my English language skills today would suffer. Galahorn, as we would call it. I think it's more than feasible that we can do pretty good here. We've got fish equipped, right? Marshal +3. Oh no, it is better than a +2 axe. Alright, fair enough, we'll keep it then. So I think we get out there, we do some holding burnings, but we try and avoid getting into any fights. We're very good at leading troops. We're not good at fighting duels personally. So we can still please Odin. We just need to be careful with how we do it. And let's absolutely go and do it right now, I think. And we can still do the trading in the background. Certainly. In fact, we'll go to the market now. So what is it we're after again? Spices? Oh. We're looking at a local store. You hear 2 merchants talk about the Thieves Guild working in your domain. The bandits are beginning to intercept their goods and will most likely target yours too. Let them do their petty thievery. Send the men. Extra guards on duty or hire bounty hunters from the league. No, send the men. Yeah. Minus 20% levy size. I don't know what the downside to this is. Sounds like it might be a follow-up event later on. We just get the Thieves Guild strikes for a while. And I assume when that timer runs out, something will happen. They'll probably steal some of our shit. So send the men in, of course. We're not using our levies anyway right now, huh? Right, Shengar. Let's see what we can do with you, my friend. He's a great military ruler. He's the best military ruler in Iceland right now. Along with the best coin counter and the best learning character. He ended up being very, very good, like I said. It's hard to think what I could do to endear May to me. Well, we've done everything we can. I'll send him one of my statues. There you go, 5 gold. Surrender comes sooner, great news. And he's a fan of that, but I don't know if we're actually going to be able to befriend him. Eventually it's possible, but I don't think it's worth the effort. A servant comes to you in panic and exhausted. He says they're an intruder in your warehouse. Another one? Just like our father before us, my god. It's only a child. Should we catch the child? There is a chance of us becoming wounded. Or, what can the child do? Scare him out. Yeah, he can steal a gold from us. I'm alright with that. We're not going to risk wounded just so that he can get away with a gold. I'm alright, thank you. I wonder how many holdings we have to burn down then. Oh, shit. The Armored Chariot. You receive a report of the outcome of the military experiments that your marshal asked you to sponsor. Apparently, a large steel-plated chariot was constructed, propelled by 10 men pulling it forward, directed by a commander peering out from a revolving turret mounted on top. This vehicle had several ballistas firing through arrow slits. Unfortunately, its weight caused a wooden bridge to collapse when crossing, and the inventor was lost in the river, killing the engineer. He barely escaped with his life. Oh, you idiot. Oh, well, that could have been so useful. Ah! Hey, there you go. In response to the new era of Crusade. So like I said, the Crusading era is super significant because it marks one of the big changes that can happen in the game world. There's arguably really only 3 of them. So one is the formation of kind of Francia, so Charlemagne's era, where one of the brothers dies, the other inherits. The other is the beginning of the Crusades, kind of around onwards from the 9th century at the earliest. No, sorry, 10th century at the earliest, which is where we are right now. Wrath of the Old Gods in response to that, and that is when all of the... So it begins with the Christians being able to declare great holy wars, which is where you can go to war for an entire kingdom. It's one of the largest casus belli, one of the largest possible wars we've got going for us. In return, our religious head has now said, absolutely. In response to the new era of crusades and jihads among the Abrahamic monotheists, the great Filkar Rugenfrid has informed me of all Germanic Godis and her plans for a magnificent Germanic pagan response. In fact, all pagan heads of religion may declare great holy wars. This could be the beginning of unprecedented heathen aggression. God, great Frey is with us. Of all the gods to pick. Yeah, thanks, Frey. And of course, again, the Caliph can call for jihad as well. And other religions can as well, but, you know, that's just generally how that works. The third one, I would argue, is the Mongols. Genghis Khan. Oh, and I guess the plague, too. I guess the bubonic plague is probably arguably one of those big moments. So when the bubonic plague first breaks out, it can continue to break out beyond that. We've got Master Builder in the capital. Nice. Not that there's much to build in the capital, unfortunately. We're, of course, saving it for city building at this stage, huh? There you go. That was it. Holy crap. You've done all you can think of to honor the gods. Now to find the old man and see what he thinks now. Surely this is more than enough. Journey's end. Whoa. After hours of searching the area, you finally find the old man. Eager to tell him of your deeds, you begin speaking, yet he raises his hand. I already know all that you have done. You fought against your fellow warriors, a brave thing to do. You have shown your knowledge of the gods by correcting the foolish skald. You have removed your eye in an imitation of Odin, an act worthy of praise. You raided castles and lords, taking their earnings by force, a commendable feat. The old man grins and stands up. You have proven me wrong, my friend. Your courage and fervor I admire. Truly the gods smile upon you, for I already do. He shoves a small object wrapped in a cloth in your hand. Here, mortal, a gift. You look up at him confused, but you are met with more confusion as the old man has completely disappeared. What? What? Adds Odin's eye? Holy shit. Adds Odin's eye to the treasury of High Chief Godslayer Zengar the Frank. Same religious opinion plus 20. Holy crap. Odin himself just gave us his friggin' eye. There it is. Look at that. A small orb received from the Allfather has the power to reveal both the known and the unknown. Intrigue plus 2. Monthly party 0.75. So to be able to use Odin's eye, you have to publicly follow the Germanic religion, be an adult, and then you must have no eye yourself. Is that implying that much like Pegasus himself, Maximilian Pegasus, of course, we have implanted Odin's eye into our eye socket in order to see things that are unseen otherwise? Wowee. Now all we've got to do is found a trading card company and kidnap children on our island. Oh no, I shouldn't mention that these days. That has a very different connotation, doesn't it? Gaze into Odin's eye. Okay, I guess we haven't put it in our eye socket. Then it's very difficult to look into your other eye with your other eye. Gaze into Odin's eye. Unravels life mysteries. Infinite knowledge lies within the palm of your hand. You only need to grasp and understand it. Knowledge benefits us all. What the fuck? 100? Just 100. We get 100 points towards one of our technologies. Wow. Holy crap. And did that go into... What are we after again? Remind me. City construction. I think that went into city construction. As I recall, we were quite far away. Odin himself might allow us to build that great city. How often can we do that? Once every 8 years. That's not super overpowered, but that is quite fun nonetheless. I'm happy with that. That is it for today's episode. Thank you all for watching. A successful holiday to China. The return from China. And more importantly, Odin himself has bestowed us his eye. I genuinely thought that event resulted in Odin's ravens being unleashed, as we've seen, as you know, our brother has one of the feathers of that. No. Turns out it's even cooler still. We got Odin's friggin' eye. I'll happily take that one. Wow. I'm alright with that. Thank you all for watching. See you tomorrow. I don't know what's left to come. Well, I know what's left to come. We've got to make this bloody merch probably. I don't know what's left to come for strange Norse events. I feel like we've gathered quite the treasury. Now all we need is Mjolnir, which I think is owned by Volky still. Oh, he's got Gleipnir. Who has Mjolnir? Let's mark him down. And let's try and finish the collection. Sod it. We're so close now. Mjolnir. It's under Chief Berger. We can grab it now. Fuck it. I'm in. Give me Mjolnir. That's mine. Mark him a special interest. Let's take it at the beginning of tomorrow. See you all then.